Hello, guys, and welcome to Behind the Bunker. It is Monday night. Sorry for the tardiness. We are here now and ready to go. Sorry, we were watching the volleyball scene from Top Gun, and it got away with us. My name is Todd Ansich, and you are watching our weekly paintball show. With me, I have Josh Zubizabrickus.
Yeah, I used up all my good intros on the first 2 attempts, so like and share the show.
2 attempts.
That's all I got.
3 attempts. And Joe Kimson from Flagger's Paintball.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. And girls, thanks for tuning in tonight to Beautiful Behind the Bunker. Mission Tuesday is off. We are finished now until May of 2021 for all of you that came out and enjoyed some Tuesday night paintball fun. Thank you very much. And for those of you that are thinking about it, get on board next May. Strap on your imagination, backpack, and get ready. We'll lock and load, and we'll have some good times. I'm going to turn you over to my friend, Gavin G. Sharma. E. Sharma.
E. Sharma. Yeah, thank you so much for referring to me as your friend, Joseph. That warms the cockles of my heart. I'm missing some volleyball action from Top Gun because we were playing with the boys. But ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Behind the Bunker. It is Monday night. Make sure you hit like and share, like my friend Josh Lubricus said. And you know what? It's going to be a good show. We are a little bit late because we were enjoying something else, but ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a good show, so you can enjoy this right now. Hit like and share.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that back.
I'm bringing it back right now.
Sexy?
Bringing sexy back.
So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And again, as Gavin and everyone said, make sure you hit that like and share button so people know we're live because we are a little bit late tonight. Yeah, what do we got in going on here, guys? Paintball Media has their director's cut of the history of paintball. It is out now and shipping. If you guys want to be a part of this Cool Kids Club, make sure you head on over to paintball.media and order yourself one now.
Mine came in already. That's right.
I
did. I watched it already, the full thing.
Full thing, really?
Watch it. It took a couple of days to get through. It's 6 hours of paintball history goodness. So I really appreciate Paintball Media, John Omadea and his team putting that together. So we all collectively within this room here saw the original streaming version of it, and it is more gooder. So it jam-packs some more information into there. It is absolutely a worthwhile purchase for anybody who loves the sport of paintball, who's been in it for a while, or who just wants to learn about the origins of the sport. So it is entertainment all 6 hours, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been really, really thrilled waiting for it, and I'm grateful it came in. And, yeah, so I will have to do another rewatch because it's just that damn good.
Yeah. And thanks again for the invite to over to your house.
Yep.
I know you were trying to tempt us with popcorn and everything. Did you learn anything new or exciting?
Absolutely.
Like anything that sticks out? Like when we watched the documentary, we all kind of picked out different things that we kind of didn't miss. And I bet you if I would go back and watch even just the short version of it, I'd miss stuff. But what did you?
So it's sort of the same stock standard answer we had the first time. Still very, very giddy, grin ear to ear in terms of things that I already knew, and it was just sort of reliving on the big screen again. But yeah, there was jam-packed of information. But not only it's not just like just information heavy. It is a lot of entertainment too, sort of like behind the scenes stuff. Seeing some of our friends who are on the screen as well. So overall, it's just a magnificent piece of paintball history. And again, I'm going to plug this, and I'm not getting any cash for this, but yeah, make sure you pick up a copy yourself. I think there are still some available, so make sure you are part of the Cool Guy Club and get that for your collection.
And out of the extra 3 hours that you saw, don't give it away exactly, but how many hours of that constituted Behind the Bunker coverage?
There was a 90-minute segment in that 6 hours of just us. I may have hit...
you hit the wrong button.
Yeah, maybe hit the wrong button and watching it on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure there was at least 90 minutes of Behind the Bunker.
The reason why it was a 6-hour show is because they ran out of material and just plopped one of our episodes in there.
That's right. But I know he's been chatting about a part 2 version of it, or a different piece of work regarding history of paintball, so I hope John, holla.
I'm hoping he releases a little bit more of this throughout the winter, which can just sort of drag us into the next season, sort of help us along with the itch as winter goes along. We don't get lost. We can't hear you at all.
So one of the
hear Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I was thinking as I was watching this again, and we talked to John when he first was plugging in before the project came out, was that it would be really great if it was on a streaming platform like a Netflix or a Amazon or Hulu, something like that, because to make it really, really accessible to other people who may not be exposed to paintball or may not play the sport. So I think it's that good, and it translates very well to whether you're a paintball enthusiast or you're just curious about the sport. So I think it was a really great job. And yeah, like I said, boys, I'm not going to lend it to you. You're going to have to get your own copy. But that's definitely, with the holiday season coming up, it's something that if you have a paintball enthusiast in your life, this is definitely going to make them smile, if they're opening up under a tree or the Hanukkah candles or the Kwanzaa wreath or whatever, right? So definitely something you want to pick up for yourself and probably gift to somebody else as well.
That's not a bad idea.
Agreed.
And in knowing him, he's probably going to come out with a few. Well, he actually told us that he is going to come out with a few more things here and there. So maybe it comes with more stickers, maybe a bottle opener, maybe a barrel sock or something like that. It'd be kind of neat to see that kind of come out and limited edition stuff as we go along. So,
okay,
yeah. So you know what? It's the origins of the sport we already saw. And everything in between, all the big celebrity people I grew up watching and reading about in magazines. So again, it made me smile. It was wonderful, and the 6 hours over the weekend, it really passed really quickly.
Ryan McGee said that he binged watched the first night he got it. Good for him.
That's a lot of coffee.
A lot of watching.
Wow, chats are going pretty quick here.
Oh, Richie Santos said happy birthday to Mr. Budor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I sent him a message earlier today, and so happy birthday, Bud. Hope you're enjoying yourself, my friend.
I sent him a happy birthday well wish from behind the bunker, and he said, I would like to have my hour and a half back. Boy, oh boy, we get great podcast out of him. We had Tom K and Budor on the same show. If you get an opportunity, go over to YouTube. It's the only place you're going to find it, and type in Behind the Bunker Budor, Tom K. We had those two guys on the show, and then we had an after show. What happened was we did an hour podcast. It was great. And then we stopped recording or going live with it and continued to record, and they knew we were recording, and we continued to talk to them for almost 45 more minutes.
Yeah.
And it was some really good podcast. And if you get an opportunity, if you're at all a fan of either of those two guys or paintball in general, what a great conversation. We're all kind of on the edge of our seats for that one.
Sure.
Yeah. Matt, do you acknowledge Budor's birthday today, or?
Yeah, sure. Happy birthday.
I know it's not Tom, but
yeah, it's not your auto mag or mini mag or whatever.
You could wish him well at least.
Yeah.
What about you, Labricus? Or Labriscus?
I was reading the chat. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, moving on. Guys, World Cup is just around the corner. If you guys are going there, make sure you head over to Ruthless. And I don't know how much longer they're going to offer this, but you can get a home and away jersey for only $99. Head over there now and let them know we sent you. Put in BTB, and maybe that qualifies you for a 15% discount. I'm not sure because that's a separate special, but give it a shot. Why not? Endless Legends, guys, is happening October 2nd to 4th. Make sure you guys check that out. That is at the OXCC.
That has happened this past weekend.
And it was awesome.
Yes.
Oh, missed that one again.
Lots of people liked it.
See, guys, if you send your poster of your event and you include Behind the Bunker on it, not only do we promote it all the way up to the event, we do it a week after as well. Just to
remind people that you had a good time.
Anyone can promote the event before it happens.
If you missed it, here's a little salt in the wound.
You're no kidding. And last but not least, Air Ups, guys, 20% off right now. This graphic is actually a couple weeks old, but I'll tell you, if you call up Brent right now and tell him you saw it on Behind the Bunker, I'm sure he'll honor it as well. If you want anything from the Air Ups catalog, either a new field or one of those playing sets, check it out. That's all I got for in the news today. Maybe we will move over to mail time, but first of all, I want to say hello to Steven, all the way from Australia.
What's up, Mr. Couchy?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you, Steve?
See, I was going to pronounce it Kochi, but Couchy probably is
If
right.
I had to guess, I'd say tired.
Steve-O!
All right. Well, why don't we move into mail time?
Mail time.
And before I start my mail time, I see Callista in the chat, and I just wanted to say a very quick congratulations on your new bundle of joy. Glad you can tune in. You're not completely sleep deprived, but this will definitely put you to sleep. So let's move into our mail time segment right now. It is mail time.
Isn't it Callistia?
Calicity, I think you
Calicity?
used to call her. Yes, perfect. All right, so we have a little bit of mail that I've reached into my sack and ripped it open and pulled it out. And what have I pulled out of my sack today? First one comes to us from Ryan McGee, and he says, what, to your recollection, is the single best shot or moment you had in your paintball career on the field? And Gavin? No, Gavin. Kicking hoppers off an entire 10-year-old's birthday party doesn't count.
Although that was a highlight.
It sure is.
I beg to differ. To watch Gavin do that is actually pretty great.
All right, gentlemen, let's go around the horn, Matt included. What is your best moment
Can we
on field?
include the people that are watching in the live chat? If you guys had a stellar moment that you're quite proud of, put it in the chat, in the live chat there. We'll try to read some of them tonight as well. Matt, your best single-handed moment of your paintball career.
Honestly, I don't have one. I'm just grateful that I can get out and play when I can. That's a real cop-out, I know, but...
That's usually what happens when you see Matt at the field. You're like, hey, Matt, how's it going? And he goes, I'm out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even think of one specific one. My mind keeps wandering around events we've been to that I wasn't playing at, like when we went to like Extravaganza or
On
attended
field.
a couple World
On
Cups.
field.
Yeah, so that's a tough one. We had some good times at Challenge Park. Remember that time? We'll turn to one of those stories when we were all playing at Challenge Park, and I had a AGD tactical. TAC 1, and the refs took me off the field and cronied me.
Yeah, buddy.
Like, what was it? Like a dozen times until I got one ball over, and then told me I had to leave because I was cheating, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, at that point we were at the end of our day, anyways. But that was the day we went out there, and the refs were not taking us on a very efficient day.
So I commandeered the ref and the field, and we did it.
No disrespect to that field, but you can't take a group of people to one of your fields.
You can disrespect it. It's gone.
It's gone now, so piss on them. But no, as a rental, their big game was awesome. I'm not going to lie to you, but we went there to go experience the field on an off day, just a regular day as walk-ons. Just because as field owners ourselves, we want to kind of see what they do that's so awesome. And the referee would take you to a field. He would organize teams. He would chronograph everybody, take you out there, explain the rules, separate, play a game, and then march you all back in, only to do that yet again. And that's not efficient. So we said to him, well, listen, we're already out here. We already have the teams divided. Let's just play it again backwards. Let's switch sides and do it again. And he's like, oh, well, I guess we could do that. It's like, no, we're going to do that, and that's what we're going to do. And then, between Joe forcing his hand and everyone else kind of pushing, we made it happen.
When Joe plays, he calls that an executive decision.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the worst times at the field, Joe and I went all the way to SC Village. We lugged our camo, our boots down there, went down to play, and the same thing happened, but we couldn't get on their premier fields. So we had to sneak on with little Johnny's birthday and say we were part of some kid's birthday party to play one of their helicopter fields. And then we're sitting there stewing in our own pissed offness by the side of the road waiting for our ride to come, and the girls got lost.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? They were an hour and a half later than when they said they were going to play. And that's fine. They were late. We could have just tried one more time to play a field. But we drove all the way flew all the way to SC Village, and Joe and I are all excited. We got brand new case of Marbleizer off the trailer at a local event, and the ref said, yep, you can come with us. We're going to go to this field. And it might as well just have been a skid field at your local field. It was terrible. There was mud. There was no props. We were just in a bush.
It was just after they had a flood. I remember. There's a bunch of bramble bushes washed away. It was horrible.
Yeah, but they're California bramble bushes, so
Yes,
at least
they
there's
were.
something. But Josh, help us out here. Good day of paintball for you.
I've got two that come to mind. The first day was when I first got my Outcast Sniper 2 pump out on the field. That very first hit with it was just phenomenal. Peeking out from the corner of the building, pump, bam, watch the paint break. I was like, oh, what a great feeling. You watch it in your head in slow motion over and over. And then my second favorite time was when we went to the very first Canadian Carnage. And it was you, Sonny Lopez.
It's a bunch of guys.
Somebody
there.
else.
Barney was there, if memory serves. Barney and Mark
but-
Pagon.
No, Canadian Carnage.
Yeah,
That
they
was-
were there.
Were they there?
And
That was
were
the
at
second
ours.
one.
That was the second
That
one.
was the second
No,
one.
but they were at the first one
No,
too.
no, the
because-
one that we went that was not at Flag Raiders.
Yeah, they were there.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
but
Yeah.
who were we playing with? We spent most of the day with Sonny Lopez and was it Todd Martinez?
I don't remember, but
And
I know who you're
the
talking-
four of us walked literally across the field, and then we got pulled off by the discipline lords because there was nobody left on the other team on the field.
Yeah, isn't that horrible when you play a big game? And not that we're awesome players, it's just the team was so overstacked on one side that we just walked across the field.
It was that feeling of you get up to a building, you shoot out a couple of people, and you look back and you're like, I'm gonna move up, and it's like, oh, I'm already the back person. So then you move up 2 buildings, and then it was like they moved up beyond that, and it was just we literally cleaned the entire field.
That's where my
fantastic.
picture is on my Facebook profile page of me leaning out of a building, shooting with my pump gun, and there's like 10 people behind me trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, and we all had,
Because there was only a couple of opponents to shoot at.
and we were all using the same. We were all using the brand new Resurrection or Sniper
No,
2.
it was,
It was the sniper that.
The Sniper 2. We're all using.
And we also had the TI. No, what was it? What was
TCR.
it? TCR. Thank
That was
you.
the prototype. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good event.
Then we broke it on the Chrono Range.
Yeah. Roger Weaver says a good day was this past weekend at Sherwood Forest. I want to know your best day.
I think I remember going back to 1987, being at RLD game. It was an RLD big game, and myself and Jason Miller had some of the first 2 working 68 specials, and then the Terminator. We were playing against the Terminators, and they had some Brass Eagles semi-automatics that really weren't working fantastically or at all. But we set up an ambush, sort of an L-shaped ambush on a hill, and people walked down the trail into our ambush, and we just stood up. And we had these 68 specials that worked, and we it was pretty fantastic.
That'd be like going up against Tippin Model 98s, and you happen to be the first person with a Planet Eclipse CS2 or something.
Oh yeah, it was,
You know what I mean?
It was
Like
crazy.
You'd just be slapping them from across the
It
field.
was pretty fantastic, and that was good. And I can still remember people doing a spin around dance as you shot them.
It was very similar to the first time I went to an away field with Joe, who got upset halfway through the day and went into his car and pulled out this brand new solid block of aluminum. I think it was called Die Matrix 4?
my DM4. Yes.
DM4. I was like, what's going on? And all I remember is Bill going, just stand back and watch.
That's where the rest of the case goes away. Yeah, I think
it was 3 cases in the afternoon.
I think I can look back and look at a lot of games and a lot of events we've been to where, we've had some good events and we've won or lost competitions and had great away events and stuff like that. But I think my biggest highlight was back when I first started, probably about 2 years in. We used to have a local guy at our field named Peter, and he was probably one of the hardest people to shoot because he was constantly on the move. He was very stealthy, and he was probably one of the best people at the time when I started. That was going back, 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
And I remember when I played for my first 2 years, I started getting a little better. And there was a game where I actually shot him, and I came across his flank and shot him. Nothing big, no bells and whistles. Just that was the highlight of my paintball career, because it was like I finally come far enough where I shot the best player at the field that I thought at the time out. And that made my day, and I still remember that day. And it means nothing to anybody else, but that was the highlight of my career. Unfortunately, I mean, we've all had highs, we've all went to events and done stuff like that, but that's the one I probably remember the most. It's like you always remember your first day of paintball.
So that is where I was going to go with my story in terms of what your best day on the field was. It was the absolute first day I've ever stepped on a field and played paintball and held my PMI Tracer rental marker, 140 round hopper, 7-ounce tank, and that first shot of the gun, the paint out of the gun, and my first hit. That's what did it for me, and that's why I'm still here today, because it's still the exact same feeling that I had that first day, and I hope it never leaves.
Is that what it is? Is that what paintball is? Is it like meth? Trying meth for the first time? You just stuck chasing that same high for the first time you played every
It's more
time?
like crack, because I think it's more affordable.
Yes, for
Do you
sure.
remember our first paintball field, and where it sort of goes back to what Todd was talking about, hunting Peter, because we'd play a Vietnam campaign game, but the swamp behind the fishing village, and it takes you back to this tipman thing where you wade chest deep through a mosquito-infested bog.
Yeah.
We weren't chest deep, but we were sure knee deep, almost
Knee deep,
waist deep.
And then you have
at
to lay down
times,
or people are firing at you.
Wading
Yeah.
wading through the swamp behind the fishing village, trying to flank all the way around into the POW camp. That was some crazy times, and people, we get a little mud on the field, and they wonder, or a puddle, and they go, "Oh, you're going to close the field today because it's wet?" And it's like,
I remember.
you have no idea.
I remember after that set of games, anytime you're in the creek or swamp area, coming back to the stage, yes, the staging area to undo your boots so you can dump out the water.
But that, but then we had jungle boots, and they
I was gonna say,
actually
that's where the
had-
jungle boots came from.
That's what I started with the Bellevilles, right? So they kept water out, but if they went above the ankles, then they were you're swimming for a bit.
Yeah. So when you sponge bathe me, I always tell you to stay above the equator. Elliot
right.
Darno in the live chat says, winning a 5-man Woods Ball event in 2000 was his highlight. Callista Fowler says, honestly, I've had so many great days of paintball, but my favorite has got to be case running during Dominion 2. Totally exhilarating. And Mike Holstrom says, played as superheroes versus villain dressed as Riddler and leading a charge with a question mark cane. That's cool. Mud on the field is better than mud on the helmet, says Steve. Nice.
Why you gotta go there?
You know what?
My mind
That's
wasn't in a dirty
Australian
place, and then
reference.
Gavin just grabbed it and pulled it right in there.
I know you've got more questions, and we have a picture question which we'll do next. But before we
Okay.
get to that picture question, I want to tell you guys about something. All right, guys, Planet Eclipse, did you know that they have more championships, new mechanical markers, new electrodes, new territory, including the new MagFed division? Get Planet Eclipse and take on the world.
When the world's greatest players, photographers, and expected parents need the best coverage, most vivid colors, biggest selection, they pull a tab on an EG product. Hashtag Pop Smoke.
And the top fan and late to the chat, Brent Davis is in the room.
He's dreaming.
And I just want to let you know that AirUps has thick welded seams, stainless steel hardware, multiple color options, and that makes AirUps the #1 choice for inflatables on and off the field. Made in America by the guy in the chat, Brent, and his team.
Did you guys recognize the bunkers in that? Not the zombie ones, but the green and white ones. Those are the ones that came to Flag Raiders this year. Just FYI, if you're wondering what
I like how you say that like we'd all know what the speedball field looks like.
Hey, you were out there this weekend, weren't you?
Wasn't looking at the speedball field. Dreams fade. Ruthless paintball products, colorways, sublimation, and craftsmanship never die. On or off the field, Ruthless keeps you fresh. Use the promo code BTB15 for 15% off your order.
Adapt, create, and win. Exalt is in our blood. Make your game boil, get Exalt. Available worldwide.
What?
From the beginning, you stumbled down a rocky cliff and waded chest deep through a mosquito-infested bog. Now, whether you're sliding in a snake or running and gunning, GI Sports has the gear for you now with this new Stormer.
DLX technology, guys. True industry innovators with some of the lightest, fastest, and sleekest hardware in paintball. DLX has the power to get you to the podium. And that's where you want to be. Charles Holton says CalMag Amateur Open.
Oh,
Wow.
boy. Cal
Good for
Mag's my
you.
favorite.
That would have been a good one, huh? Crappy paint, but good tournament, right?
It's my favorite.
There we go.
I know. I was waiting
I
for
want
it.
to see him hop across the table and punch you.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So this picture comes in from Zane Smith for Mail Time. Sorry, Gavin, I didn't have it written for you.
No.
He wants to know if you guys know what that is.
I do.
Smart Parts
SP8?
SP1. Is it 1?
SP8.
8.
It's an ion.
Essentially, yes, with a...
If anyone needs a front end, I have one in a package.
So that would be okay. So
That's
there is
two
a
bells.
You're
With
right.
no helmet, no mud on it.
So that is an ion underneath a clamshell of
Yeah,
goodness.
clamshell.
But it's like the die dam is a rail. What would that be doing a disservice, Joe? Rail?
Proto rail.
A
is
proto
about right,
rail
yeah.
underneath a clamshell of goodness. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I have a couple more questions.
Yep.
You want me to cinch up the sack? or
No,
keep
I was
going?
Still
segueing
on
back
mail
to you.
time?
We answered 2 questions.
Yeah, well, you know.
We were
Yeah, the
waxing
show's
poetic.
half
It's
over.
fine.
Is it time
Well,
to
we
go?
also
It's
started
garbage
late,
night.
so
True. Okay. So I'll go through these pretty quickly. So our good friend William Smith wants to know, what is your most valuable piece of gear in your collection? Ooh.
doesn't have to be monetary value, but
Nostalgic or
Yeah.
even monetary, yeah.
I'll start with one, but come back to me because I would like to think about it. I'm sure Joe's going to be digging deep for this one too, but brand new KP3 never fired. That would be my prize possession, I think. Probably not my most expensive. But come back to me on that. That's one of them. Josh?
I don't know if I should say because you guys know where I live. I don't know. One of my favorites, I think, is the AGD sidearm that I have,
Oh, you bastard. I am going to break into your
I
and
hand.
wish
it
I
is
would've had
it
mine.
is, as Todd mentioned, brand new in box, never fired, and it has the little printout page from the 3 shots that were fired at the factory. It's
That's
elastic
great.
onto the grip.
You should get that laminated because it's going to fade. Because
It's pretty faded already, but yeah, maybe I should do
or
that.
photocopied.
Should do that. That's a good
Take
idea.
a picture of it.
Yeah.
Faded like your dreams.
Joe?
A couple. I've got a brand new autococker flatline in a box that's never even had the reg out of the package.
Yeah,
Would
but
you sell
it's
that?
got my fingerprints on it.
I would
That's the
sell
problem.
it. I haven't sold it, but it's for sale. If someone wants to buy that, please, I would love to sell it. I also have one of 10 that was made VF Tacticals. Jeff Orr made them.
What was
for-
the serial number on it?
You know what? I can go home and take my garbage out. I don't need this kind of abuse. Jeff Orr made them for he and his buddies for the first Oklahoma D-Day, and they're pre-production, so none of them have serial numbers.
That's pretty badass, though.
So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Mock me. What do you want me to melt it down and make a tin can out of it? That make you feel better?
Garvin,
Tinfoil
can I
hat.
can I
Not made
predict
out of
yours?
tin, though,
Yeah, go ahead.
Green ANS inline regulator.
Oh,
I
that's-
envy you for that.
I got one.
I do like that.
Mine needs to be rebuilt. It's
So does
the
mine.
white whale. But no, so I love all of my purchases, but what I like best and what's near and dear to me in terms of value is everything that the show has given to us. So the TMC, the TIPX, the Z2 loader, all the custom BTB gear.
Oh, yeah.
I hold really, really dear. It's not something you can pick up anywhere, right? And so and the gift makes it much more enjoyable,
Because
right?
it was
So-
free.
No,
No, but I
not
get
that
it.
it's free. So
I get it.
yeah,
Some
that's
of
what I
my,
play with.
yeah, you're right. Some of the things that I hold cherish in my life are things that are done that were customized for me, given
Yeah.
to me, that wasn't just simply bought. So yeah, I get that.
How many shows have we done? Does anyone know?
Yeah, 475.
Wow.
Podcast 355. One of my white whales, Joe. While I'm seeing your tank, while you made that comment. No, it's okay. We have a MacDev Conquest air tank, right?
yeah.
That had a adjustable regulator on the front of it, and at the time, that was the cat's ass of air systems. And to this day, we can't get parts for them anymore.
No.
But that was a beautiful, maybe not as beautiful as the Angel Air, but it was a beautiful tank, beautiful regulator with an on-off on it,
Yeah.
with a little pop. It was beautiful, and when we could get parts, those were great tanks. But one of my other prized possessions is a 5,000 psi.
Oh, evil
Oh,
tank.
I
Evil
have
tank.
it.
Yes.
I just need a new reg for it.
But
But yeah,
I got a regular 4568, but I also have an 88 cubic inch. So I used to put that on my pump gun when I'd go to big games because I wouldn't need to fill air all day. I could go out, I would run out of paint but it's easier to mooch paint than it is to get air when you're on a big game, right?
So what I would love to do with my evil tank, because the tank is pristine, is remove the old reg on it and then put a screw-in reg.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
is that'll be
The only
a
piss off
project.
is when you get hydroed, they're going to slather that
But I want to
stupid
be there
gold
when they do
label.
that. Say no, not on the E.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
if anybody knows how, or if I can get O-rings or parts to rebuild my rig,
I can
please.
rebuild your reg.
You can?
yeah.
Like your what? Your like PMI reg?
No, it was the ANS or the CP reg.
I
Yeah,
should
that
build,
was.
we should
Yeah.
be able to build. I should be able to do it.
Oh man,
Matt, what about you? Do you have anything that's
No.
I wish I could answer that, but my microphone isn't working. So
Yes, it is.
It is.
all right? So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to. I mean, we all have valuable things.
Well,
I think that's what I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah.
One of the other things that you have that
Yeah.
I wish I could still find
Tradesies?
is a
Trade.
Renegade jersey in Tiger Stripe in my size.
In your size, yeah. We've seen lots on
Cannot
Prices
find them.
Right that have mediums and some larges, but we don't see a lot of extra larges
Yeah.
or extra larges or. Yeah.
But having said that, the medium fit like a double XL.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
were like moo-moos.
Yeah, they're big.
Devon Deuce in the live chat says Spec Ops
Omnipat.
Paintball Omnipat version 2 vest. Anything from Spec Ops if you still have and operating. What about our WGP pod packs?
Oh,
Those-
with
Oh,
the built-in,
mine
with
is
the
almost
built-in
dead.
dump pouch.
Yeah, mine is almost dead, but I
Yeah,
love
mine's
it.
almost ready for a dump pouch. It's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
I have
Oh, man.
from Spec Ops,
Oh, that's
thanks
true.
to Todd, the head wrap Sandana version.
Yes.
I have the matching camo shirt and pants and broadsword 2 vest.
But I gave that to you on the show.
Yes. Look what I have.
I
I've had
have a
this for
picture of
weeks.
me wearing it, and I just cut that picture out and
Charles
I put it on
Holton
the...
has a Bud or Garage sniper.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
You know what? That's a question I should post out on social media this week and find out what's the one piece of equipment that's either highest value or highest,
Nostalgic
value,
or
yeah.
dollar
So-
value. Yeah.
Here's a funny story for you. I went out and played the Tuesday
better
Night
be
Mission
funny.
paintball, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and I just grabbed a pair of goggles that were in my shed that were clean. Okay, so I opened up a bag and I pulled the first one out. I get to the field, and Braden Raymond looks at me and goes, "Are you playing in those?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "You know they're like $200, right?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" That whatever I had, the
Any of the
JT's
any of the flex
the
stuff.
fle-
has
yeah,
tremendous
the
value.
flex stuff. He looks at me.
Yeah.
He's like, "You know, that's $200." I'm like, "This is the first time I wore it."
Yeah. Here it is, guys. If you guys are watching in the live chat,
What?
answer me
Which
this.
one?
In our area, we can't get JT stuff right now, and for some reason, there's a shortage, and for some reason, everybody wants something to do with a
But
JT
it was
goggle.
like a coyote,
They're looking for the older
not
the
a
better, and they're looking for
Yeah.
anything that they can get right now. Is in your area JT stuff highly sought after right now? It's becoming the new Venomware.
Yeah, because it's come back out,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Joe talked to Slowiak a couple weeks ago, and there are some new things coming
New
out.
color-
Yes,
Colorways,
there-
right?
New matching. There's new EVS colorways coming out, and I believe there's some new Spectres coming out. And the EVS colorways will match jerseys, pants, and packs.
Our editor, Mike Holstrom, says instead call it piece of equipment you would never part with.
That's right. He should be a producer, Matt. Where were you on that?
Yeah.
I will never part with my AGD Tech one.
I never had
It's
one
a part of
those.
me.
I had a sidearm when they first came out, and I should have kept it, but I sold it.
I have something valuable that I really want to part with. It's the Max Loader. It's the number one production Max Loader that ever came off the line, and it's never been used. If you are interested in a Max Loader, there you go. I don't have a need for a backpack loader.
You can take it out with your pump gun and your 5,000, your EVA.
The 5,000 psi tank 5,000 psi tank at 4,500 would get 2,000 shots off. No, sorry, 22 or
20
24.
2,000. That's what's in the case.
No, but what fits in a max loader? 22 or 24.
A ca- I think it's just a case, yeah.
That'd be a good. I think it's more than a case. I
It's
think
a
that's
case
a
and
good.
a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good trivia question for us one day.
What were the largest size tanks?
88. Well, no,
No,
not even make a
114.
90.
There was a 104, 102,
I
wasn't
thought it was a 114, but
I can see what
114
people
sounds
have.
I think I have a 10. I thought I had a 102 tank.
Mike Thompson says, I think the Flatline Autococker is still on eBay for $5,000. Someone will buy it. You wait. Someone will buy it. And Wolf Critchlow, he says he would never part with his first A5. I remember when he used to come to the field with his A5.
I do too.
I remember that.
And anytime we ever talked to him about what his favorite gun is, he always quoted his A5.
And I remember,
you know what? I think we're going to rob him of that A5.
I think so. But I also remember little Wolfie Critchlow when he first started his Wolf Den with this like Canon point and shoot camera that he used to do videos with. So.
Remember when he used to come out to the field and he was such a young little buck? We'd all give him a little shucka on the top of his head and
Steal his lunch money.
He used to walk by and we'd go,
kidding.
"What's
I'm
up,
just
relish?" And he'd go, and he'd keep walking.
Yeah, he had a CAD pad on. And
Yeah.
Look at you, Wolf. You come a long way.
CAD pat, black boots, and black knee pads.
I
Black
miss the
vest,
old
yeah.
wolf.
Black vest, yeah.
Just kidding.
You changed.
Yeah, you've changed, man. Oh, we haven't had Wolf on the show in a long time.
No,
I
but
wonder
He
why.
needs to come on.
But I was just thinking that. I was just in the chat. We were reminiscing about old Wolf and or young
Wolf used to
Wolf.
come out. Wolf used to come
Kevin,
out to the middle flag raider field. I don't think he was ever at the first one, but he would come out to the middle flag raider field, and that's where he
On
would
the
play
south, on the
scenario.
south side.
On the Cambridge side, yes.
Speaking of special guest, after the show, remind me to talk to you guys about potential special guest on the show in the next couple
Sounds
weeks.
good.
All right. Where are we at? We're at. We could probably do one more question. You know what?
All
At this
right.
point,
Do you want me to save the question?
Shoot, Joe.
Okay.
Oh, my vault.
Okay. Do you want me to save the questions? We'll come back to it next week.
No,
or-
I want to save Joe's vault because we
Okay.
can't do it at the end of the show. Let's
Sure.
Let's do Joe's vault at the beginning of
need
the
to
next
have a
show.
talk
I even
about it
had it
after?
written
Is
in the
That's
order
all
of
right,
doing it.
whatever.
Let's hit up another question.
All right. There's a number of them left, so I will not. I'll just go in order, and then we can save the rest. So
Will you mark it, though?
I will. So Liam Oliver wants to know: do you think they will ever revive Hyperball for NXL?
It's not practical. Josh, I know you're a fan of the Hyperball, but it's not practical.
I would like to see it, but yeah, I don't think so.
Thing is that NXL can travel, right? And they have the same size field that any field owner has that you can practice at, same layouts.
Yeah, no field owner is going to go out, buy same layout, and build it. And
Yeah. To set up a speedball field out of hyperball tubing, you'd need a tractor. Like you'd need heavy equipment. It's almost a permanent
They
install.
should make inflatable hyperball. Brent.
Yes. How do you get the sound though?
Yeah, that's Brent's nemesis. Hyperball tubing. Yeah.
But maybe he can make an inflatable hyperball too.
I think for 10-man events, you could probably do it because they're not happening often enough. And I think they did try to change the field up a little bit by moving a couple of the tubes. I don't know.
I don't think it's a product.
I don't
think
think
NXL
so.
is all airball. I think the Iron City Classic is all that retro throwback stuff. So I don't think you'll see that in the NXL, but I think the ICC definitely is going to continue to grow in terms of the
You're not
mounds
going to
and
get a
the
full
hyperball.
field of hyperball used, so it's not practical for a field owner. You're going to have to buy it new because you're going to want different sizes and dimensions. You're right; it's a permanent thing.
I would like a
The
10
good news
foot
is,
piece
though,
of
it-
60-inch
it's still
hyperball
made.
piece.
Well,
That's true.
The tubing, the piping, right?
I need
So,
a
yeah.
I need a
Not
60-inch
far
10
from
foot
here,
piece
actually.
of hyperball tubing.
But they're everywhere. We could go dig ourselves
There's
up
literally an
some.
entire whole field of them, not too far from here.
I know where it is.
You just have to go in with a credit card.
I don't want to pay for it. 60-inch 10 foot piece. I want to make a tunnel. I got an idea for a new field.
Nice. So,
All right.
yeah, everybody waiting on your opinion whether you think it's going to happen in the NXL.
No, it would be cool, but
I think NXL is its own product, right?
I think so too. Yeah, even 10-man, the Iron City Classic and ICPL, it's kind of I don't know.
Now, I don't know if Liam's looking for the same sort of coverage that the NXL has, but I think if there's demand there, you'll get coverage. But yeah, like I said, I can't see that that being a part of the NXL as it is today.
And this Monday, I haven't said it once, so I'd like to say it at least once. Chica Estrada. He says it takes too long to set up. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. One more question, and then
All right. Well, I'll just go in order. I'm not judging in terms of what they are. So Mason Wells, and this sounds like he's a new new player to the game, so not sure what size tank to get for my Cronus. Is there a reason why there are so many tank sizes? So, curious about what he should be shooting on his Cronus.
I think you could, if you put a 48.3 cubic inch steel tank on it, you won't be let down. It'll make your Cronus fairly heavy. If it's in your budget, you could probably go to a carbon fiber, 53 or even a 68, but that'll make it a little longer. Try to get a 53. You'll get all kinds of shots out of it with your Cronus.
So, first part of the question for Mason. So, I'm making some assumptions, my friend.
How old is Mason?
So, he's shooting a Cronus. So, it is I would say it's a budget marker, but it's still a quality marker. Mm-hmm. So, you don't want to have essentially, you want a tank that's more expensive than your gun. So, I would agree with Joe with like a 48 3000 tank, it's a steel tank, it's robust. It's going to get you enough shots, I think, for a recreational paintball game in between games to top up.
Yeah.
But, okay, we always tell people as well, get yourself a good pair of goggles as your first piece of equipment, because that's going to carry you through your career no matter what gun, hopper, tank, anything that you have. The goggles are the most important thing. I would almost argue that the tank is the second. Like, the Cronus is a great marker, but let's say you think you're going to be in the sport for more than just a season or two. If you buy a little more expensive carbon fiber tank, that's going to last you, because that tank can go on any gun that you buy.
But that's assuming you're going to upgrade from that, though.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I see your point. Yeah. The wheel's falling off my car right now, but I do. I think that's something you have to consider. Like the steel to high. Like once you bought in that steel tank, you've bought in it.
Purchased.
What is a bot?
Thank you, Gavin.
That's how you do. You do up your shirt with a bot.
Yeah. No, but I get. Yeah, the tank's a hard one because
your tank's a tank. Even if you upgrade your marker, you're still going to be able to play.
Okay.
With the same
so
tank.
The second part of his question, for education basis, why is there so many different sizes? I guess he's asking in terms of what's the difference between the sizes and maybe the PSI on it, 45 versus 3000.
Or 16 versus 20 ounce.
Well,
yes.
If you have a 3000, if you have a tank that fills to 3000 psi, they're typically a steel tank, therefore they weigh more. But if you want to figure out how many shots you'll get out of it, take the cubic inches and multiply it by about 10. So a 48.3 times 48 times 10 is about 480 shots. That's a reasonable amount. If you have a carbon fiber tank, you can use a multiplier of about 15. So
that's right.
Take your cubic inches, a 68.45. So 68 times 15, I think, is 1,020 or something like that. That's how approximately with a basic consistent gun you'll get out of it. Not with a Tippmann 98.
Not with
something.
a Cronus. You're not going to get 15.
But still,
it would be close
that's the
enough.
multiplier. So
that's more paint than you're going to carry on a vest.
Exactly.
So larger the tank, the more shots, and if it's 45, it's more shots than 3,000. And essentially, Mason, to let you know, obviously steel is heavier than, or aluminum, whatever, is heavier than carbon fiber. So if you want a lighter setup, carbon fiber, but that's more money.
Yeah.
And to answer his question, the reason why they come in larger sizes, if you play a format like Speedball, if you're a back player, you end up shooting a lot more paint. You need more air to actually shoot it.
Or big games, right? You want to be on the
field
field
a big
longer.
game, yeah. Sometimes, you see larger adults, they might want to spend a little bit more time on the field if they can, so they get a bigger tank.
I picture if you played Speedball, I'd picture you more of a front Dorito guy.
I
can see him eating Doritos.
I hate Doritos.
What's that noise?
Doritos. Doritos are terrible.
Yeah. Devin Schwartz in the live chat says it's botnet. By the way, Devin, this is just to you. I have not sent you out your patch, and I'll tell you why. I've been looking everywhere for them. I know I have at least 1 or 2 left of patches. As soon as I find them, I'll send it to you, and I'm hoping to do that. And if I can't find one, I'll rip one off of my knapsack and give you my last patch. But I know I have some somewhere.
I have some behind the bunker patches somewhere.
Do you? I need one to send to Devin Schwartz. He lost his on the field because he was irresponsible, Devin Schwartz. But I'll get you one. I'll send you one out this week, hopefully in the next day or 2. So I apologize for that.
And I just want to say, Bricktop's in the house.
I'm not acknowledging him. He's late. We all have watches, Bricktop. We all have cell phones here, my friend.
He's on island time. It's all right.
And I said, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm going to cinch up my sack because we're running out of time, and I know there's some other stuff we want to get to. So if you didn't hear your questions, stay tuned, my friends. It'll be here next week. And if there's some more things that you would like us to address here or botnet, send it to showbehindthebunker.com or post on any of our social media, and we'll certainly get to it next week.
Yeah. We have a bunch of stuff to get to, but I don't want to play the vault. We'll do that next week. And I think the other stuff is not time sensitive. We could probably leave it. I'm thinking we're probably just going to finish her off here.
Yeah, Brick Talk Panthers, we leave. We got to shut her down.
Don't we have to give him a shout out, though?
For what?
Brick Talk's in the house.
In the house. Good for him. If you guys, if you guys don't know, check him out on their
the
YouTube
Command
channel.
Bros.
Yeah. Josh, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. We may not see you next week.
That is a possibility, yes.
Okay. Well, the invitation is open, although the door may be locked. You are we may see you next week for sure. So thank you for being on the show tonight.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to everyone who watched, liked, and shared. That's very important. I know you hear it on every channel, but yes, it does matter. And do not forget to help control your local airsoft population. Have your locals airsofters spayed or neutered.
Do people need to smash anything?
No smashing required. Just like a gentle click. You know, ding a bell, click a thumb up, or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Joe Kimson from Flaggers Paintball.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight to Behind the Bunker. Mission Tuesdays are finished for a season. We'll see everybody next fall. But we have coming up in conjunction with Binghamton Screen Park. They have taken the Republic of Pretendistan and transformed it in a 2.5-kilometer haunted walk. It's Friday nights and Saturday nights. And we will start up the Last Stand Zombie Shoot. It will be happening this Friday night and Saturday night from 7:30 till about 10:45. So if you want to have a date night, come out and have your person shoot zombies.
Or pretend you're on a date night.
Nothing shoots back at them, and then you could do the haunted walk at Binghamton's, but we're going to have that at Flaggers. And if you want to just play some recreational paintball Saturday or Sunday, we will be open both days from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. for lots of pew-pew.
Very good. Garvin Sharma.
Hey, great to be here again, folks, and we sincerely appreciate everybody tuning in this evening and hitting that like and share button. It's nice to interact with everybody in the chat, and thank you so much for tuning in. And lastly, on the way out, just want to say happy birthday one more time to my good friend, Bud O'Or.
Yeah.
Booyah.
And thank you to Team Shell, Team Shell Shocked, who shared our post from...
Owen Shell?
No, Team Shell Shocked. They shared our video tonight, so thank you very much. And guys, make sure you hit that like and share button on the way out, just so people know that we were live here tonight on Monday night. If you have anyone that's interested in the sport of paintball, maybe they'd find this entertaining. So thank you guys so much for checking us out. And if you only have an opportunity to sit in for a little while, make sure you check out our full podcast. This whole show gets put up as a podcast, and you can find it on Podomatic, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, anywhere that you get your favorite podcast. Chica Estrada says, giggity, giggity, great show, guys. So with that, farewell, guys. We'll see you next week.